Alright, hello there dear YouTubers, my name is King1993 and today I'll be talking about another of these character within this game. And today's character will be called Flavia. Now I have already made a guide regarding how to use her, but this is going to be an upgrade and this is going to be a bad update, not upgrade, update of this character. Okay, so let's start. Now, before saying anything, let me show you why I have put this character in a B ranking. The thing is, if you are extremely good at using any character, and from that perspective, if you were to put them on higher ranking, that is your skill, not the skill of the character that made you go that much high. Rather, you were able to adapt to the characters itself, which is why you were able to get a lot more MVP. That is not equivalent to saying that the character by itself is actually that much good, which is why I have put this character in this place. Why is that? So when it comes to the character overall damage output, let's see. Base damage, magazine capacity, recoil, and string shot. Let's say I have activated all of them. Okay, all of them to activate everything here. Okay, so what happens when I were to shoot in this place? Let's see overall what much amount of damage can I get. 704. 704. So the maximum amount I'm getting is 704. And what about this character? This character is able to get about 800 damage. This character here is able to get 1000 damage, and this character here gets about 600 damage, 600 plus. Now, unlike this character and this character here, these characters, Teddy, I first made a bad assumption that the Teddy of this character is useless. No, the Teddy of this character is actually not useless. You can make the character Teddy into automatic up to a certain skill way, but for this character here, the main problem of this character is her skill, once activated, stay active for a very short period of time, about 10 seconds. Okay, once this 10 seconds is gone, the second thing happens is you must need to get hit. Okay, like you don't need to get hit, like what happens if you were to get hit. So for that reason, I'm gonna activate this and then shoot myself with this grenade. Okay, I immediately turn into this butterfly thing. Okay, but this butterfly thing stays active for a very short period of time even with this. So how many am I getting? I'm getting about 4 seconds, not even 5 seconds, I think, with this phantom mirage or whatever you might call it. Now, instead of maybe using this one, you can definitely use the orb, but the orb is not going to be that much useful either. Okay, okay, why is it not that much useful? Well, allow me to explain. So what happens is, when this is activated, she basically goes into stealth mode. Okay, when I uses this character active skill, so when this is activated, otherwise if I were to deactivate this, that problem should be gone. Okay, so in this mode, if this character were to get hit, then what will happen is she will turn into a butterfly, and then also at the same time the enemy must need to shoot the orb that appears on top of this character head to make sure that the enemy, in order for the enemy to see me, they need to shoot on the orb first and then shoot me. Okay, but the problem which is happening right now is the orb which this character turns into doesn't stay active for a long period of time, just enough time to run from one place here to here. That is the maximum distance. Now in terms of battle, you might say that, but I was able to get a lot of kill in this way. You were able to get a lot of kill in this way is a representation that you are a very good player. It is not justifiable to say that you are able to adapt to this character skill with your skill, which is why this character is the best. It is not a great idea. It is like saying the worst car, I do not know which one it is. I drive the worst car, but I have extremely good skill, which is why this car is a very good car. That is a very bad way of saying that I am taking large quantity of money from this car company in order to promote this car. Similarly, any people were to say that Flavia is extremely good with her active skill and even passive skill is a huge uh, overstatement. Okay, it is actually not true, which is why I said overstatement. So don't fall for this. Okay, so the question remains is, okay, so should I use this character or not? You can use this character. I'm saying that when it comes to performance type, I basically have to put this character in this B ranking. Okay, I have no other choice, and many people who actually use this character will be able to know what I'm also saying. Okay, so these characters, what happens is majority of the time when the enemies are giving you massive blows of hit, you immediately go behind their back and then shoot. So that's basically how it goes. Now the same will be happening to this X Factor as well, and except in this X Factor, what happens is this area you see here stays active for a longer period of time, and any of the enemy outside the barrier will not be able to see me unless they enter inside the barrier. But if I were to shoot any of the enemy, then they will be able to see me where I am. So this is basically how these characters ultimate functions. You can basically read it from here. When Flavia takes damage, HP damage, she turns into a phantom. Okay, not that one. Sorry, not that one. This one. Flavia generates a phantom zone at her location. So you basically saw this sphere. That was the location. Within the zone, enemy fatal attack triggers her butterfly transformation, allowing her to evade death and reform after a short period of time. Enemies outside of the zone ignore this effect and can see Flavia only if she attacks. So she basically becomes invisible in this ultimate, and if she were to get attacked, obviously there is a limit up to a certain point. She will lose all of her HP if the enemies were to attack her, but it will also give her an opportunity to run away and to recover HP. So how can you trigger this HP thing? You can trigger this HP thing with this awaken skill 1. So if you were to use this active skill where she basically turns into a butterfly and runs away, you will also need the ability to make sure that your HP is also getting regenerated over time. So for that reason, I would definitely say that in order for you to actually use this character efficiently despite having very low amount of survival rate, is to use the awaken skill 1. Once you have done that, you will get another 2 options left. This will basically give her stealth and this one will basically give her armor. It is totally up to you which one you want to use. Some people prefer armor over invisibility because invisibility, once it is gone, it is permanently gone, whereas for armor, if you are the type of person who rely more on armor, then this one will be the best one for you. Okay, so if I were to remove everything and the question image is, okay, which one should I get? Remember, in the mission such as demolition or escort mission, you should be able to buy this with the currency, okay, energy point currency. So how can you do it? So in my case, I highly suggest that you first of all select this one. After you have selected this one, you definitely want to increase the duration of where she basically transform into a butterfly. And then after all of this is done, make sure that, let's see, what was her passive again? Okay, reduces damage she takes. Upon taking significant damage, she temporarily gains ultimate point, valid for current round. Okay, what is ultimate point? Maybe these energy points are ultimate point. I do not know. So what happens is she takes less damage if you were to uh, use her passive, which happens automatically. So it doesn't matter. Like, the thing is, her passive basically gives her ability to take less damage, and that's basically it. So yeah, in terms of damage taking, she does take less damage, which I can confirm 100%ly because playing against other Flavia players, I have definitely noticed that. But despite all that, she still doesn't survive in the long run because overall her weapon damage output is very low and her active skill doesn't stay active for a longer period of time. So anyway, let me go back to this place here. So definitely first you need to select this one and then go for this one. Afterwards, you will need to lower this even more by 20%, and then obviously you need to use this. Okay, so these are the four things that you will definitely need, and then afterwards you can go for this one and magazine capacity, because the more you have the better. Reload speed is not needed because reload speed basically doesn't actually provide that much benefit, only lowers the second by 1 second. Go with base damage and go with stingified damage, okay? Because if you're not gonna be able to hit the head, then definitely go for the body, okay? Even when they are in paper mode. So this is basically how I recommend that you guys use her. Now, if let's say this were to be the escort bus, okay, how can you use this escort bus for this character? For this character, escort bus, majority of the time I would say that use the windstorm grenade. This is one of the way. Another way is when you go near the bus, turn into this, and then okay, let me try again. So when you are going near the bus, make sure that you turn your active skill and then shoot any of the enemies nearby, okay? But also at the same time, make sure that when you are using this character stuff, you are careful on what you are selecting, because I have selected this one that she is automatically turning into an orb, which I do not need. Okay, I definitely didn't needed this one, because if I cannot shoot the enemy while I am near them, what is the point? Okay, so which is why I would not select this. This will definitely depend upon you guys. Okay, so this is overall my conclusion on the update of why I had to put this character in a lower rank, because when it comes to the abilities of this character and this, their active skill stays active as long as the character themselves stays active. Whereas even for this one, whenever this character uses his active skill, it stays active as long as this character exists. But for this character here, it stays active for a short period of time. Okay, if it were to be stays active for a longer period of time, I would definitely say go for it, go for this one. This character is extremely good. But because her active skill stays active for such a short period of time, I cannot recommend this character to everyone and say that this is the best character. Her overall damage output is high, which is not, and her active skill is the best, which is not. Okay, so this is overall my conclusion of why I had to lower this character in terms of ranking. So for those of you who actually like this character called Flavia, I would definitely say that if you really want to use this character, go for it. It will basically give you guys a practice boost. Okay, the more you practice a certain character, the more better you will become at using that character. It can be said for every character, but if you want to look for a better damage output, or maybe another character that can basically give you more skills that will basically make the character active skill a lot more what should I call it, favorable in the long run, then Flavia is not the one that you are looking for. Okay, so anyway, if you like this video regarding of why I had to lower this character in terms of our ranking, then this video will be able to explain everything which I am capable of saying. Okay, so if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you, and see you again next time.